can you speak a little bit about memory and our memory, and memory is made of thoughts?
Well, memories are made of thoughts, yes, and they're one of the strongest elements of our identity. Imagine, for instance, if you didn't have a memory. What would your sense of yourself be if this experience was the first experience you'd ever had? I mean, is there anything just from your current experience? Would you even know that you were a woman if you didn't refer to your memory? Would you know you were a person if you didn't refer to your memory? Let alone family, friends. Our memory is a huge part of our identity. It's not our essential identity. Obviously, our essential sense of self comes from being, but it colors that sense of being very strongly. So as our memory goes, it can be very frightening. And my mother has said to me a number of times in the last 2 or 3 months, she said, I'm afraid. That's so poignant when your parent comes to you and says, I'm afraid. Because she's at the stage where she knows she's losing her mind. In 6 months' time, she won't even know it. But now she knows she's losing her mind. She's got enough of her faculties to know it, and it's frightening. Because she's losing her habitual sense of herself. She's losing her bearings. She hasn't got anything to stabilize her sense of herself. So she feels she's in free fall. That's very frightening. You're right. We are not. Most of us are not aware of the extent to which our memory determines our identity. And something like this happens, you suddenly notice how much of one's identity is invested in one's past. And because of that, one's future, because the future is a projection of the past.
And how much I need her to remember me. I think that's the ultimate fear on some level, of her forgetting me, because my identity is connected to her memory of me. So that's really...
Well, my mother has just started forgetting the names of her grandchildren, and then a week before I came, one of her grandchildren came into her room. She talked for 20 minutes, and at the end of the conversation she said, and who are you? So we were shocked. It was the first time it had happened, and it'll happen with all her grandchildren and then with all of us. Probably sooner rather than later. But even if she doesn't know who we are, she no longer knows that you're her daughter or that I'm her son. Nevertheless, she knows that someone is in front of her. She knew that there was a person. She didn't realize it was her granddaughter. But she knew that there was a person in front of her that she was interacting with. And what's more important than knowing who the person is in front of you is the quality of the interaction. So even after your mother forgets your name, even after your mother forgets that you're her daughter, she will still be aware of you as a person in front of her, and the quality of your communication she will still feel it. So you'll be able to, really right up until the very end, be able to be present with her just as being. You'll be able to communicate. In the end, it's just being to being, no content at all. But that will remain to the very end, even when you think that she's not even aware of you in the room. It's down the road, but there'll be a time when she may not even be aware of you. Even then, there'll be some sense of your presence, and really that's the most important thing for you to give your mother now. Certainly, it's the most important thing I feel with my mother now. I don't mind what we talk about. I don't mind how many times we talk about it. I don't mind how muddled she is. Or I just want to, when I go, I just want to convey peace and love to her. I don't mind. I'm prepared that she's going to soon forget who I am. I don't mind that. I mean, no, it's not true to say I don't mind that. I'll have to cope with that, but I'll continue just to go, and my only objective in going would just be to convey peace and love to her, even when she doesn't know who I am. That's the one thing that can't be taken away from you. And in the end, that's all you'll have left. But is there anything else you would really want to convey to your mother apart from peace and love? So don't worry, let everything go. It's going to go. Let it go. And it's poignant. I don't mean by this that you shouldn't be sad about it. Of course it's sad. It's very sad. But so just let it go as all the layers fall off. But know that you can always convey peace and love to your mother.